Now, I'm not quite sure why you're here. Each one of you is here for a different reason, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about what my roots and my foundations are. You can accept these things, take them at face value, but you may want to take a look some other sources. Now, my background is I'm a Christian, and I love the gospel, and that's an important part of my life. And you may want to take a look in the Bible because there's some interesting things in there. Because sometimes people ask me about, well, how about food storage and about emergency preparedness? I mean, can you find some of that in the Scriptures? And it's like, yes, you can. But do you know what the oldest reference to that is? This is kind of for those of you who'd like to look it up. Take a look in Genesis 6 and 7. Now, what's Genesis 6 and 7 about? Anybody here tell me what that is? What was going on back then? That was Noah. Okay, now there's an issue about preparedness in there. I mean, they took an ark, and he had to do something. And if he had not got involved in taking care of that problem, well, there would have been some difficulties. Later on, we hear a story about who? Joseph. There was an issue about preparedness back in the land of Egypt and about some famines that were going to come, about 7 years of fat and then 7 years of lean. There wasn't time to get prepared. Now, one of the earliest notations that I found about food storage directly, another one is in Leviticus 26:10. And this is what it says, "And ye shall eat old store, and bring forth the old because of the new." Have it, store it, use it, rotate it. Interesting, all the way back there. Now, here's one that I think is important to me. It's really the foundation. In fact, this whole issue about preparedness is about stewardship, folks. That's what it really is. It's our stewardship. Here's stewardship put in very plain terms. You can find this in 1 Timothy 5:8. It says this, and I say this to the husbands and to the fathers, but it applies to everybody, but listen to this. "But if any provide not for his own, and specially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel." That's pretty plain. We have a responsibility in the good times and in the lean times. And it says, when it's good, prepare for when it's lean. And of course, a lot of you, you're familiar with Revelations and some of the things that are talked about in there. Revelations 18 is a very interesting one. You ought to go read that in light of some of the things that we hear might be going on. Now, I'm not prophetic about these things. I don't know what happens when and where. I just know that life happens. We need to be ready for that.